Hello, welcome to the Busy Little House. I'm Karen. I just want to make a quick video. I was running away from my 2.5-year-old, but now he's coming upstairs. Okay, and you can hear the flies on the window, so sorry about that. Anyway, I just wanted to make a quick video on dreaming small, since it's such an encouraging thing to do. There's nothing wrong about big goals or dreaming big. I have many big goals. Some of our goals are to have a year-round greenhouse, have a root cellar that's not even, it doesn't exist yet, have a, even a pantry. I don't even have a pantry. I just have cupboards that I put all my food in, but I don't have a pantry. So anyway, a lot of my big goals are just too far out of reach right now since we have other priorities. We try and live a debt-free life, so we have 4 kids in a small home that needs renovation, and we are hopefully getting a little extension this summer to move our older son out of the room of 4 of them into his own room and have it be a computer room as well. Anyway, that's just, these are things that have to get done for us, and so they're priority. But I encourage you to set up a list of goals and dreams that you can make come true that are short-term, easy to reach, and encouraging. So to give you an example of some of mine, it would be I wanted a big greenhouse, but my short-term small goal, smaller dream is to have a small greenhouse, and now I have it. This year is the first year that I have my tiny 5 or 6 shelf greenhouse in the house. And because here in a cold climate we have to start early, or else we just don't get out there and grow much in our short season. Yeah, that's one of my small goals. Then I'll be moving it into a bit bigger greenhouse, but it's still mobile. I mean, it's such a weak, sheltered greenhouse that it's probably going to blow away in the wind. And I'm still so excited to have it, though. It makes my heart so happy to know that I have a little greenhouse. Another small dream I had was to get a Berkey water filter, and now I have it. So it's just so nice to dream small and get things accomplished in a quicker time and feel just so rewarded. And yeah, I just want to encourage you to dream small in whatever area it is that you are looking into. So if it's debt-free life, or just paying off a bill, or paying off a card or a car, or building something, or becoming more accomplished in some area. Gabe, hush! Sorry. So I just encourage you to dream. I just wanted to make a quick video since I'm transplanting today, and I wanted to encourage you to start planting. So I remember when I was just getting into gardening quite a few years back, thinking that, oh, well, I wasn't going to start because everyone else had started before me. And that is true for some plants, that you really should start them early or indoors, especially with our short growing season here. We still have 2 feet of snow outside, and even 10 minutes away in the town, we don't, they're almost all melted. So just to give you perspective, we can't even put up my greenhouse, which is a tiny little greenhouse, and a dream come true for me will blow away in the wind at this point, and it's not ready to go out yet. So I just want to encourage you to start with anything that you have, and yeah, go from there. So some things that I have to transplant today are these accidental hot peppers, for instance. They're so tiny, but just one pepper made for a great flavoring entire soup or chili or whatnot, or spaghetti. So I've used these containers in the past. These are just to reuse my kids' snack containers. These were, I think they were rice pudding, but anyway, they're so tiny, and you'd think that you can't do anything with that, or you can only start with one, but you know, these are going to do great once I transplant them. And I didn't even think that these seeds were viable since I had taken them from the plant last year. Amali and I went for a walk in the woods, and when we came out, we had this giant, a really heavy looking log, but it was so light because it had been rotted out. So we just filled it with soil, and that was the start of her gnome garden. And she was so encouraged that this year she really wants to start a little fairy garden next to her gnome garden. So she's got a flower section, and then each of our 4 kids will have their own little garden section that they'll have to take care of themselves this year. So we'll see how that goes. I think it's encouraging that they know I'm going to be filming it, so they can't just let it die, and they have to take better care of it than they would, especially my 11-year-old, than if I wasn't recording it. So one thing I've got growing in a blueberry container is stevia. So stevia, a few years ago I started planting it, and I just fell in love with the plant, the sugar that it makes, and so I dried them all, and I had enough sugar to last me maybe a few months on just in my coffee, nothing else. I couldn't cook with it. And so now I have a few of these, and it's really encouraging that that they're just a little tiny dream come true. I don't know. I just think that that's fun. I started tomato plants. These were my first starts, some of my first starts, because I didn't want to go in digging into all my gardening stuff and then be all depressed because I couldn't get into anything because I still had months to wait before I planted. So I just started with what I had and the containers that I wanted to reuse, so why not use them a few times. This little greenhouse here, this little tiny greenhouse is probably one of my biggest dreams come true. So for me that's just so exciting. I still have months of watching my favorite people, my favorite homesteading YouTube videos, all planting in their fields, in their gardens, and I have at least another month waiting around for all this to melt. It looks like we have a lot of land, but we have it until this tree line right here, and that's our well. Whoop. So thank you so much for stopping by, listening to the video. I hope that you've been a little bit encouraged, and I hope that you can dream small. So set shorter term goals, and yeah, I hope to see you soon. Take care. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. Who's that?
Me.
Bye bye. Thank you.